So Teardrop follows 17-year-old Eureka. Oh my god, that sounded bad. Hi, I'm Miranda and welcome to Books 101. Today I am discussing Teardrop by Lauren Kay. Teardrop is just amazing. You know me, you know how much I love the full-on series, and you know how sometimes when authors write, another series, you just think, how can it compare? Teardrop was just so good, and I'm so excited to see where this can go. Teardrop follows 17-year-old Eureka, what a name, and Eureka was told from an early age to never ever cry. And at the beginning, she's in this freak car accident with her mum. And her mum dies and she makes it. So after the accident, she goes and lives with her dad and her kind of stepmother Rhonda. But things change when after the accident, she meets a guy called Ander. This mysterious guy that might actually help her discover who she truly is and why the accident that happened with her mum really happened. Eureka uncovers an ancient tale of romance and heartbreak about a girl who cried an entire continent into the sea. Suddenly her mother's death and Anders' appearance seem connected, and her life takes on a dark undercurrents that don't make sense. Can everything you love be washed away? So of course she discovers something about her past and who she truly is. This book is really, really good if you love the romance, mythology, even though I'm not that strong on the whole Greek mythology thing, but this had like some Greek mythology, but I had a good amount of it going in. It's definitely one of my favourite books and I highly enjoyed it. So that is the end for the non-spoiler section. If you do not want to be spoiled because you haven't read the book and you're just saying, hell, shut my ears, you can click out, otherwise you can stay. Okay, let's discuss this book. That's going to be my new thing now, the clicking in and the clicking out. Great book. Lauren Kay has done it again. I found this concept so good, I was just addicted. I put the book down. It was just addictive. It took me 2 days to read this book. If I'm doing other things and I, don't have time to read my books, that's pretty good. First, let's talk about the characters. Eureka kind of annoyed me sometimes. And she was just a tad annoying, how she was always kind of so down and she didn't really want to get into like social events and stuff like that, and that kind of annoyed me, but she's not that bad of a character. I think because she can never let her emotions run wild, she's a bit meh. Oh, and Ander, hallelujah, the new male character on the block. Yeah, I like Ander, he's quite hot. I like those turquoise eyes. I can just imagine him in my head. It's a good sign. It kind of grew on me and I'm excited to see where his relationship with Eureka will go. The way the two characters meet each other is just absolutely hilarious. I mean, well, it's not that hilarious. Oh, I'm so horrible. The mini crash and then, Anna kind of, says, oh my god, do you want to lift? Yeah, totes with a stranger. Yeah. I think that was a bit bad on Anders' part that he kind of meant it that way because she'd just be freaked out of cars, and then he just kind of pops up out of the blue. But wouldn't it be weird, how she kind of, a little tear, and he's like, he took the tear away from her eye. I'm thinking, oh my god, if a stranger did that to me and I didn't know who the hell they were, you would be like, oh, why are you touching my face? Seriously. But she didn't do that. And then, it was also actually funny. She accepted, I know like that Toming dude, like, offered to give her a ride and everything. And I know you wouldn't go with him because he's a skis bag. But still, this is a stranger here, just walk, I would walk home if that was me, I wouldn't accept a ride from him, even though he's hot, could have other thought. What do you guys think of Brooks? Brooks. Yeah, Noah Brooks. Wasn't a bad character. I think at the beginning of this book, I really, really liked him. I thought, oh my god, wouldn't it be awesome to have a best friend like that, And then like, as he got on and on, he started growing more moody on me. I'm just like, oh, fuck you, bro. I didn't like him by the end of this book. But I think the fact that he was possessed even made it more stranger. That was just weird. With that Atlas dude. And Ander shows up at Eureka's door, and then Brooks puts his hand on Eureka's shoulder and he's so possessive of her, and then the two get into this fight, and I remember reading that for the first time. I'm just like, and if I was Eureka, I'd just be like, what, these two? And I really saw, oh yes, there's gonna be like a kind of mini love triangle here. Her mother dies, the mum kind of leaves her some things and leaves her, most importantly, that locket and that book, that old ancient book. Here, when I read this, I'm thinking, oh, yes, that book definitely has something to do with Eureka's heritage. Something's gonna go on here. And it did. I like when her and Eureka go and get that book translated. Thinking, oh yes, she's gonna start reading the book, and then you find out that the book's written in another language, and you're just thinking, I'll now have to wait. But even then, you know, when Brooks is like, oh, you know, you can give me the book, and I'll go to someone to translate it. I'm like, Eureka, do not give him the book. Actual bits that I found really hard to imagine was, you know, when they were at the beach, and there was that big wave. And Brooks was like swimming in the water when that wave was happening. It was described well, but I had a hard time picturing that in my head. Because I was just thinking, okay, so it's a tsunami kind of wave, but how does it... that scene kind of bugged me. And the fact that he was okay afterwards. I thought, yeah, one of the signs that something is definitely wrong with that dude. Blavatsky translates the book, and this is where the story starts to get really interesting because you just want to know what that story is about. So it's like the Book of Love, story about, you know, Celine and Sky and this and that, about like Eureka's ancestor. You're just thinking, oh my god. And you know, Madame Blavatsky dies. I'm just thinking, oh my god, you really had to kill that character for something like it. Stupid things was when she goes sailing, and then all of a sudden there's that big wave or that big thing. So freaky, and then she actually realizes that her locket works on the water. I think that's really cool. Near the end, it just starts to get really juicy because you have Anda and her kissing for the first time, and you also find out that Anda is, you know, a sea bearer. His ancestors are from Atlantis. And then Eureka is in Celine's tear line. She has the power to kind of raise Atlantis, and the sea bearers are trying to stop that. Her dad kind of saw it coming, and I was really surprised because I thought the dad would just say, you're crazy girl, but no, he actually saw it coming. The end battle, I thought it was horrible. The two twins were tied, you know, to the swing set and stuff like that. I thought, why did the sea bearers really have to do that? And then when Rhonda dies, I'm just like, holy shit. Oh my god, I love the moment where Eureka freaking bawls her eyes out in her backyard. It is just she's just crying her freaking eyes out, and then all of a sudden she creates this big flood. I mean, it'd be cool but be weird at the same time. You know how she creates that flood, right? And then they're all underwater, and then she's in that little bubble. Made their way through like schools and everything underwater. I'm just thinking, I can't imagine that. Like, I had a tough time imagining some things in this book, and I had a tough time imagining that. That's kind of in like a little cliffhanger here, where Brooks kind of on an island being possessed. I'm excited to see the next book in this series. I think it's called Waterfall, and I'm excited to see where this story goes. Tell me what you think and your thoughts down below. Did you love the book? Did you hate it? Tell me. And yes, let me know. I'm Miranda. Thank you so much for